See, this is the way to do live streams. This is the way. I just felt like doing it. So I did it. I didn't have to schedule times with anybody. I didn't have to, get permission. I didn't even look at who's streaming right now. I'm just going. I'm sure Monday nights have become like Monday Night Football, but for comics live streams. Welcome, everybody. It's Clint by popular demand. I don't know if it's really a demand for me to be live so much as to just feel like I'm with you, I came to that realization. People just want to know that I'm with them. That's what's up. So I'm with you guys. All right. Eric McIntyre's here. He makes a good point. He says, oh, so you're just not going to show up to your own live stream? Is everyone like Bancroft now? That's a good point. He told me that's the way that you should do it, which I mentioned. He would say that. Yeah, he would. This is Bancroft's fault, all of it. Hello. 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 There's lots of hellos. Hey, sweetie. Cam's here. Hey, Cam. I still remember, I will never forget the day that SJWs started calling me sweetie on Twitter. Was when it was toward the beginning, a long time ago. And it was back when I was trying to reason with people. Like, can we have a discussion about this? No one wants to actually have a discussion. It's about fighting on Twitter. And I ended up just giving up. And I said, if you want me to respond to you, you're going to have to refer to me as sweetie, because I was only Sweetcast. And it was really funny because I had all these SJWs starting to call me sweetie. They accommodated. So that was very accommodating while they were calling me a bigot. So yeah, thanks, Cam. I love that Cam still says that. K Manifesto says, what's up? Paul Riley's here. He says, hey, Clint. Hey, Sierra Whiskey. Clint, YouTube pulled all of my wrenches off my channels. What? They unwrenched Sierra Whiskey. I will wrench you back. Let me get into my own. I wish you could do it from StreamYards, but I can't. But in the meantime, I will work with what I have. Oh, hey, there I am. Pausing it. Sierra Whiskey, I'm going to find you. There you are. And I'm going to wrench you. Add moderator. You have been wrenched. Very cool. All right. So I think I'll keep that up for a minute here just in case. Prince who? Yeah, I just saw this ridiculous video from Prince Harry. Prince Harry? Isn't that who it is? I don't know. It doesn't matter. In America, we don't have royalty. We have celebrities. And really, do they have royalty in England, or is it just celebrities there too? I don't really see the difference personally, but what do I know? But we're gonna look at a video here, just a clip. Why not? It'll be fun. We just want a hug. That's all everyone needs, just a hug. It's Bancroft's fault. Hashtag. You could do that. Sup, Hicksvillain. Hello. Death Curse says, what's up, dudes? Hey, Clint. And K Manifesto is already putting the pre-launch page for Downcast 3 up. Yeah, you can get there. I put the link in the description. You can sign up. The thing is, I end up doing all these signups for comics campaigns, and the truth is, you can, if you're on the mailing list, you're fine. Like, really, you'll be just fine. But if you're not on the mailing list, that's a good way to get on the mailing list. Because I will be sending out a secret perk like I do. Even more important than the secret perk, I decided, is if you back early, you're going to get a poster. I want to give something special to the people that are backing early. It's incentive. That's what it is. So, it'll be a great time to back. Anyway, thank you very much. Sweetie Todd. I like that. I could be a barber, maybe. Hey, Mr. Potato Head. I've been called worse. I'll take that. I'm fine with that. Sup, Spencer. I don't know who Spencer is. Is Spencer in here? We'll just go with it. eBay just pulled a Tumblr. Welcome to totalitarianism. What happened with eBay? I can only imagine. They were taking, first it was the Dr. Seuss books, right? Then eBay pull those off of eBay. And then I don't know what else it is here. Praise the sweetie. Thank you. Yeah, I want to know what eBay did. Maybe we'll look up. We'll look it up. Magnificent One says, Clint, you are slowly but surely building something great. Best part is that it's yours that you built, and no one will be able to take that from you. Thanks so much. That it does get like, I don't want to confuse anything though. The truth is, like, obviously I put a lot of work in, but none of this happens without backers and supporters. That's how it works. So really, we did it. So I do appreciate that, but I understand the sentiment and I appreciate it. It definitely wasn't handed to me. But I'm so seriously really appreciative of making comics. It's just so cool to think about it, especially having another book. I think my favorite part of the whole process is getting the books. Like, once they come from the printer, that feeling is like none other. Once you look at the books and you see that the covers look fine, nothing is like majorly off with the printing, then it's so awesome. I love that feeling. Aura is here. Hey, hello. Everyone's saying hi. I'm going through the whole chat. I'm waiting for Rob to show up, saying I'm ignoring the chat, and I'm not ignoring the chat. What happened? What did Prince Harry do? We're going to talk about it. You might get a kick out of it. I think so. Aura, hey, everyone's happy. Let's see. I paused the Expanse for this stream. I wouldn't do that for everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hugging with Sweetcast. That's all that's all we're doing now is hugging. I can hear my Discord going off too. And I know that means that Nacho is sending me stuff. So that's always good. Look at Clint with his Alterna hat. I know I don't think I look as good as Peter with his hat. And I realized, does he have a trucker hat style, or is my head that big? Like, our hat's the same and my head is just that much bigger than his? I hope not. It could be. I don't know. Clint, how many issues do you have planned for Downcast? That's a great question. So essentially I have 2 more story arcs planned, and a story arc covers 2 editions. So for example, Downcast 1 and 2 were one story arc. They were a very complete story arc, so complete that it felt like it ended. Downcast 3 is starting a new story arc. I'd say it's a good jumping on point, but I still think 1 and 2 are important to sort of lay the foundation. But that's going to be another story arc, so 3 and 4, and I have an idea for 5 and 6. So that's what I have planned. I hope I get to them, because if I do that, if we translate that to alternate issues, we're talking, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to 18 issues, I'm thinking, which would be a fantastic run. So I've just planned on that, and we'll see. We'll see how far I can take it. But I've had a lot of fun with this one. Hello. Everyone's saying hi to each other. I don't want to miss anybody. You're pretty huge. Yours is pretty huge. My head is pretty huge. Yeah, I'm big. My wife tells me I have a big head. It doesn't seem big, but I think that's because I'm looking this direction. My eyeballs are in my own head, and so I don't see the girth of it. I'd have to like get several mirrors to really get a good look at the size of my head. Some cool glasses would help. That helps Peter, that's for sure. I have some like SJW glasses I used to wear for videos a long time ago. I should bust those out again. They're like my soy glasses. They were perfectly fine glasses until everyone at MSNBC started wearing them, like the Buddy Holly-esque glasses. Jasper's here. Hello. Statistical Zero is here saying hi to K Manifesto. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? I think I've acknowledged everybody's existence so far. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So we're going to get into this story. I do want to give you a little update though first. So here's what we're going to do. Here's the layout of the stream. Let me share. This will be helpful. Share screen, share audio. Here we go. So this is from Dax Shepard's stream from his podcast. How is that different from a stream? I don't know. It doesn't matter. They were speaking live. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. This will just be a segment, but I think it's worth talking about. I listened to it and I have to wonder, what planet do I live on? I'm certainly not a celebrity because I don't, I can't relate. I think that's part of the problem with a lot of people. So we're going to talk about this, listen to a little bit, probably get demonetized. I think it'll be worth it. So we're going to do that. But I want to give you a few updates. First off, Monster MD, our friend Von Klaus, has passed the $100,000 mark on a Monster MD. That's a really big deal. I said deal how I say it. It's huge. $100,000. If you think about this, well, let's see. He launched this. Oh, he ended it July of 2019. He launched it sometime springish time, right? Probably 2 months ahead of that. In 2019, here we are, 2021, and he's hit 100K. With 100K, that people have to take notice. That's huge. Not if people weren't already taking notice of Von Klaus and Monster MD, but I'm really happy for him. I think it's a cool mark. Fatal is getting awfully close to that. Yeah, I think this is the correct way to say it, right? Is that dill like pickles? So congrats to Vaughn, Monster MD. If you haven't backed it, I'm gonna post the link, and boom, you will see it. There we go. 100K is a yacht. Is that how much a yacht costs? I believe that. That sounds right. Don Man is here. He says live stream. Hey Don, I told you guys, I'm gonna net positive. I will be doing more live streams. But they're gonna be like this. I don't like the whole planned thing. I just want to do it when it works out for me. That's all I want. All right, so Monster MD, fantastic. Next is Fatal. I actually talked to Charlie today. Charlie is, again, I want to give him some privacy, but at the same time, I think if you back the campaign, it's important. I mean, you have a little bit of right to know about the campaign. So I think we're going to just briefly, so Charlie is going through some tough times with his family. Many of you know that his wife had cancer. She's getting better, but she had to have surgery. And it's a big enough thing that Charlie is taking care of the kids. He's waking up at 4 a.m. to work his job, taking care of his kids, and being a nurse. So will things get better? Yes, they will get better. Is Charlie working on Fatal? Yes, Charlie's working on Fatal. But we didn't foresee that any of this would happen the way that it did. So we're late. I'm really sorry about that. We're just going to keep working on it. In the meantime, that's why I'm launching Downcast 3, because it's just finished. So it just sitting there doesn't make a lot of sense for it to just sit there when it's finished, right? So I appreciate your patience. Life happens. I really appreciate that. People have been super supportive, held Charlie and the family. Yes, I don't know if Charlie, I don't know what he's doing right now. He's probably busy, but Charlie, if you're watching this, after the fact, we really appreciate you, Charlie, and we're here to support you. So yeah, show Charlie some love, even on Twitter, whatever. He'll check it every so often, but he's got his hands full. Anyway, having said that, Fatal's at $95,000. It's been creeping up slowly, which has been really cool. This could very well be the next 100K campaign. And again, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's a really big deal. It really is. So appreciate everyone that backed Fatal, and that's where we're at with it. I'm going to post an official update as well. I've been trying to keep people updated. I will do it again. So we'll do that. But in the meantime, I don't know, it's just great to see it moving up closer and closer to 100K, less than $5,000 away. That's insane. Let's see, just checking at the chat because I'm watching you guys. When did Sweetcast start going live? It's been, 15 minutes, something like that. Not that long. It's been a long intro. Let's see. Don says, you have been upfront and transparent with us the whole time. It'll come out when it comes out, and will be well worth the wait. Thank you. I really appreciate that attitude, though. If you do have questions about it, you can email me. I'm happy to answer questions. No problem. Show Charlie some love. Direct questions about the book to me for now, and we'll get back at it. So no worries. Super chat here. Thanks so much from Shanth. I'm going to say this so wrong. I apologize in advance. Shanth and Jetty Art. If it makes you feel any better, I pronounce a lot of things wrong. So, that's how you know I love you. For $5, thank you so much. Says Charlie Snogans is a rare talent, and I back this project on site. Please give him and his wife my best. I can't wait for great work. It is truly great work. Thank you so much. And you're right. Charlie's amazing. He is my favorite artist, and that's saying a lot. There's a lot of artists out there. What's the email? You can contact me. It's sweetcastclint, all one word, sweetcastclint@gmail.com. And I'm happy to answer any questions. Or you can send me a message straight through Indiegogo, and that works too. Snogans needs to be able to draw exclusively for a living. I know we really tried to make that happen. I still think it can happen, but I think he just has to get through this little rough patch right now, and I really want him to be making comics full time. Let's see. Yo gang, okay, I'm caught up. Think I'm caught up here. All right. Cool. Oh, K Manifesto. I have a Fatal and Cameo. Back it and play. Where's K Manifesto? That page is so good too. Really great art. Cool. It's the first book I ever funded. Can't wait to get it. Perfect. I appreciate the support. Yeah, and it's coming. It's just it is late, so I apologize for that. But yeah, you've heard it, so we'll keep you updated on all this. All right. Real quick here. So Downcast, I'm talking about Downcast 3. Some of the goals here. First off, the first one, they said he couldn't do it. No, I have no idea. I thought I couldn't. I wasn't sure what would happen. We ended up raising $31,000, just over 31,000 with 924 backers. That's pretty respectable. First campaign, I was only charging $15 for the book. Hence, like when most people sell to $924, they're in the $50,000 range, and I was only in the $30,000 range. It's a $15 book. If we look at Downcast, Rise and Fall, we actually have 941 backers. It took us a little bit longer, but we beat it. 941 backers. We got 43,000. That was a $20 book. So I know what you're thinking. Well, Downcast Submerge, is it going to be a $25 book? No, it's not. I've considered doing that because that's like normal. That's what most people do. And it makes sense because so many things can go wrong. But I think we can do it with a $20 book. I think it's fine. You know, we did it last time. The alternative books is another factor in there. And I don't know. I just want to make sure that people are able to get the book. And this to me is sort of the more affordable entry point for people that are looking to get into crowdfunding comics. So yeah, with Downcast 3, you can sign up for the pre-launch page. Maybe we'll watch the video. Why not? Let's just watch it now. It's not live yet, but we will watch the video. Let's see.
I see what no one else can. One taste of that cursed stone sent me to the bottom of the ocean. For years I wandered, searching but not seeing. Finally, when I opened my eyes, I saw them for what they are. Not benevolent, not omnipotent, and not gods. Do you smell that? It's here. If you could see what I see, you would understand why I hunt them.
Eric Weathers, Matt Weldon, beautiful covers. I noticed one little mistake in there because I fiddled around with it so much, but there it is. There's the trailer. I actually had so much fun making that, so much so that I'm like, I kind of just want to make more trailers. I know I'm not like I'm not the best at it, but it's really fun. Like when you get the right music for it, and yeah, it was really fun. So anyway, Eric is a beast. He is a beast. Great cover by Eric. Great cover by Matt Weldon. I think between the two, it's going to be great. First time I've been on a Sweetcast live stream. Hey, period. First time ever. Fischozo. I'm going to say your name wrong. So that's what live streams are like, but I appreciate you being here. Sweet trailer. Thank you, C Money. Appreciate it. It was pretty good. Yeah, that's all I wanted, man. Pretty good. Did Eric Weathers letter this? He didn't letter the trailer, but he is lettering the book. Yes. He hasn't lettered it yet, and that's kind of what the campaign is for. So yeah, that's the goal. We're gonna do the campaign, and that'll pay for the lettering, it'll pay for the printing and the shipping. I have paid for everything else, and that was with Downcast 2 money, essentially. So the book's finished. That's the reason why we did it. Why it's launching right now, because it's done. So I'm really looking forward to getting it out to people. The trailer is bear approved. Thank you. Great trailer. Excited for Downcast 3. Thank you so much. Let's see. Nick Axe. Sweetcast, I'd love to do a pinup for you. Did you do your icon? That looks pretty good. You can send me. I don't know like what the plans are for stretch goals just yet. I kind of like to fill it out as we go, but you can email me sweetcastclint@gmail.com. I always love to see portfolios, so I'm happy to see your portfolio. And I think we're going to do a fan art contest too, because that went over well last time. So we will. I'm going to show you some more. We'll get to some art, but first, oh, that's me. That's the wrong one. Here we go. Let's look at this one first. We'll make some comments here and get demonetized or copyright claimed. I don't know. But let's watch a little bit of this, and then we'll talk about comics a bit more. I gotta get your opinions on this. So this is from Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard. I have a hard time saying his name because it's weird. Let's be honest. I've never met a Dax. Have you? I don't know. Let's see. Nick Axe did the Thomas Valiant pinup. Very cool. Heck yeah, yeah. Let's talk. We'll talk about stuff. That'll be great. Very cool. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and we'll talk.
Self-defeating. It's a weird one.
So having moved, it got better there.
Yeah, way better.
Oh, good.
But just 2 days ago, Orlando Bloom sent me a message because he's down the road and we sort of keep in contact because of the paparazzi.
Yeah.
He sent me a photograph, which his security got, of this long-haired guy with a beanie on with his earpods in, with his massive camera lying in the back of his 4x4 truck, blacked out windows, a woman driving, who she likes the sort of the peace sign when she's sitting there as a distraction. And he's laid down in the back of this truck, taking photographs of them out with their kid.
Yeah.
And whoever else is in that area.
Yeah.
How is that normal? How is that acceptable?
Yeah. Well, when we took this on, I didn't try.
So hold on here, guys. Set the stage a little bit here. The paparazzi is supposedly, from what I gathered, from what I've watched, I don't follow the royal family at all. But you know, as an American, some of the comments here were pretty obnoxious. But first off, it's about the paparazzi and how they overstep their bounds. No disagreements there. All right. That's the downside of being famous, I suppose. But what do you think is the appropriate response for that? Let's hear.
For a second to say legally this shouldn't be allowed, because I know our First Amendment is such that it is going to protect the press, as in some ways it should. It's the fourth estate. That wasn't my argument. My argument was, you know what else isn't illegal? Shitting on your dining room table.
Mm-hmm.
It's not illegal.
Pardon the language.
You could totally do it. You wouldn't do it because you're not a monster. So
it's illegal to run into the cinema and shout fire.
Yes, that's true. But there's other
All right, here's the shouting fire in a crowded theater argument. You know, the reason why that is illegal is because people can get hurt and die in instances like that. You know, if you push a crowd to hysteria in a small space and get them to run, people can die from that and trample one another. So the Supreme Court ruled that it was not free speech. Now, is there a little bit of a difference between that and taking the paparazzi, taking pictures of you? According to the law, yeah, there is. I mean, I have no desire. Why would you want to be part of the paparazzi? I don't know, but it's not illegal. Okay. So, but drawing the comparison there is where the problem begins. We'll continue.
reasons you wouldn't do something other than the law. You know what I'm saying? I would implore people to not evaluate well, anything that's legal I should be doing. So shitting on my kitchen table I should do because there's no law against it. That's not how one's brain should work.
Well, that is, again, I don't want to start sort of going down the First Amendment route because that's a huge subject and one of which I don't understand because I've only been here for a short period of time. But you can find a loophole in anything, and you can capitalize or exploit what's not said rather than uphold what is said.
Oh, sure.
We can do that with anything we want. Of course we can.
Yes,
and if it's a commercial incentive, then great. Or if there's a ideology or you want to spread hate, laws were created to protect people. Right?
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah. Well, increasingly companies as well.
Is that true? I thought it was illegal. Maybe I'm wrong. It's a false analogy. All right. So, but the point is though, right, that if your speech leads to like direct harm, then it's not free speech. Like there's you could go to some cases of direct like incitement of violence or whatever that would not be considered free speech. But again, that's a world away from people taking pictures of famous people, which if you didn't want the attention, I thought that was the point. If you didn't want the attention, then why on earth are you going on Oprah? And the Dax Shepard, he's got 39,000. I'm always amazed when the celebrities have a podcast and I don't know. I just feel like they should have more views. But that's what they have. It's not the same thing, not at all. Let's see. Threatening someone with physical harm is not protected. There you go. Yeah. When it's a credible threat, right? I suppose. And I don't know how they figure that all out. Send Nick Rekieta the link. I would love to. I'd love to talk to Nick Rekieta. Here, let's hear out the rest. It gets better.
Well,
Citizens United.
Yeah, but to put this one to bed for me, you guys can carry on talking about it. But I believe we live in an age now where you got certain elements of the media redefining to us what privacy means.
Yeah.
There's a massive conflict of interest.
Yeah.
And then you've got social media platforms trying to redefine what free speech means.
Yeah.
Why? I wonder why you're doing that.
Yeah.
And again, so this has been happening for 15 years now. And we're living in this world where we've almost like, well, the laws have been completely flipped by the very people that need them flipped so that they can make more money and they can capitalize off our pain, grief, and this sort of general self-destructive mode that's happening.
They're capitalizing off the pain, grief of celebrities. I'm pretty famous. I mean, there's 51 people watching, but I do not have people taking pictures of me out in public. Thank goodness. Most people don't. This is where it gets a little strange. Stop calling attention to yourself if you don't want attention. Why is that? Why is that a problem?
Happening at the moment. So there's conflict of interest is like the major piece here. And
Yeah.
you know, as you say, like you want to shit on the kitchen table, like just because there's not a law.
Yeah. Good for you. You're within the bounds of the law. Congratulations.
Exactly, like powered back to the people.
Yeah.
Like
you go to sleep at night and you're like, well, I didn't break the law. You feel good?
But Dax, it does come back to supply and demand.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
If we collectively became better at not clicking on and not spreading or sharing the things that we know are putting other people through hell.
Yeah.
Then there's no market for it.
I totally
agree.
agree.
The more depressed and the harder life becomes, we end up surrendering to the information parallel with our own feelings.
Yeah.
That's the information that we end up sort of being drawn into.
Yeah. And the last stop is the pound and the dollar. I mean, it's literally that simple. To your point, if no one can profit on any of this stuff, it vanishes. Okay.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I got so much I want to say about the First Amendment. I still don't understand it, but it is bonkers.
It is bonkers.
The First Amendment, so much more to say because the First Amendment is bonkers. Okay, I get it. And in fact, the media is pretty obnoxious. I probably most of the time I don't like the media because they use their place as the media to do pretty despicable things. Yeah, they're trying to earn money, but that's not actually really my problem. Is that they're trying to win elections. They're trying to sway public opinion. That's the kind of stuff that bothers me a bit more. Do they have a right to be the press, though? Sure. I'm sure. Anyway, so I guess the First Amendment is bonkers. I'm happy to keep it, though. It's funny, though, because every 6 months or so, it seems like everything flips. What's your feelings on the First Amendment? Well, Trump was against the First Amendment. He was a terrible First Amendment president, right? That's what they said. But now it's, whatever. It doesn't, now there's a problem with the press, right? It just depends. Depends on who you have a problem with. So no, I'm not gonna be doing celebrity videos or anything like that. I just thought, how out of touch? Like, why? So out of touch. And the other thing is, if you wanted to disappear, you probably could. Like at the least, you could disappear from the public eye. Maybe you'd have some paparazzi showing up, but it would die down eventually. Like, I mean, to some degree. But that's clearly not the plan here. Anyway, so Monster MD has just passed 100,000, not just, but it passed 100,000. Support Vaughn. I mean, after it hit 100,000, it's like, well, now where do you go here? I don't know, 200,000. I'm not sure where it goes, but I'm just really proud of Monster MD. Great book. To Fatal, I think, is the next one, and then Battle Brick Road, Eric's book. I don't think it's too far off. I'm gonna look it up actually, because he tweeted it that we'd be the next one, and I tweeted, I think Battle Brick Road should be the next one after that. So here we go. He's at 80,000, almost 81,000. He's close. He's getting there. So I still think it's doable. He'll keep it up. Vaughn ended at 50,000 for his main campaign. Eric ended at 60,000. So we'll see where it goes. We will see. Anyways, I want to know what you all think. Let's see the chat. Let's see. Let's see. Those darn redcoats just won't give up. I know. I don't understand what is. Harry thinks it's okay for cops to break down your door for saying mean things online. I'll take the First Amendment. Thanks. You know what's crazy? Everybody probably already knows about this, but me. But there's that case in Canada. Was it Newfoundland? I believe. I'm not sure how you correctly pronounce it, Newfoundland. But there was this cop that was, his job was to look at online activity or look for people like seditious behavior online. And he looked at some guy that was saying things on Twitter against the prime minister or something like that, some party leader. I know nothing about Canadian politics. Anyway, the police officer went to this guy's house on Easter and shot him in his home. Now, we don't know exactly all the specifics that went down, but there's, I don't know, I saw some court hearings from it. And however the law works there in Newfoundland, it played out a little bit differently, but it was the craziest thing in the world to me. He killed somebody for complaining on Twitter. Seriously, I cannot believe that happened. But yeah, the more of that kind of stuff I realize, it's like you have to be able, the lines have been blurred so much between the media and being a regular person. There is no like nothing that makes a media person have more rights. Like there's a freedom of the press, but you can go out there and start a YouTube channel and have an opinion, or you can report the news. Like anybody can actually do that. It's not like only for certain people. Anyway, it's just crazy. All right. Let's see. Didn't Harry dress as an actual Nazi? Did he? Oh, I think I did see that picture. Again, I'm not, this will be the one and only royal family video I made. I just wanted to do it. Canada is suspect. Yeah, that was the one. The one story, it just blew my mind. Have Kelsey do a fatal variant if you want those 6 figures. We've been talking about a variant, and I don't want to promise anything right now. I'm trying to give Charlie some room. He's got to take care of his family, but we did talk about some possibilities there. I want to hit that 6 figures. It's just, I think it's important. Let's see. Billy Bosco says, I'm listening while working and I keep thinking this video is going to end. I'm so glad you're back streaming, Clint. Thanks. I appreciate it. This is the way to do it though. If I feel like it, got time, I'm going to stream. I think that's the way to go. Clint is going to start covering royal weddings. It's funny. I actually had a conversation with Tug. This was a long time ago, almost a year ago. And it was pretty great. He was giving me some advice on YouTube. And he's like, man, if you want to make videos on anything, you can, and I thought about things that people would be interested in them that I could make videos on, kind of like Tug is doing, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I like to have an opinion once on something, but I don't want, I don't care enough. I would much rather talk about comics. So I sort of made that decision a long time ago that my comics YouTube channel is not going to be massive, but at least it's going to be comics. So who knows though? Maybe royal weddings will be the thing. At the literal Twitter police. No kidding. Yeah, I've got to think of the guy's name. I'm Canadian and our rights are not well protected. Don, man, I'm sorry to hear that. I would not have believed that this was the case, but it was the craziest case. I think it's a few years old or a couple years. Maybe it was 2020. I'm not sure, but it was recent enough that it's. I'm just shocked I didn't even hear about it. It's a real affront to justice. Yeah, royal weddings. Let's see. Clint should start doing Spider-Man and Elsa unboxing videos. Those get views. I thought I could do toy reviews. I mean, instant millions. No joke. Reagan. Yeah, the thing I've been getting into lately actually is guitar stuff again. I mean, I've been into guitar. I used to do a lot of gigging and stuff and playing in bands, and it got to be, I don't know, like I just needed a break from it, so I stopped doing it. Like officially, like in bands and stuff. So I would just play for fun. But lately, I've been kind of getting that itch to just play music. So I thought there's a lot of great YouTube channels for guitar. Yeah, I'm worried about Canada. Let's see. Didn't Yellowstone start erupting? Did it? Why is all this news? What did eBay do? And what is Yellowstone doing? I think I'm going to leave this for a minute here. We'll go to Google. I hope not, because I'm close enough that I am going to die if it blows up. Let's see. That's essentially it. News. I don't think I see anything about explosions. No eruption. All right. I think we're okay. So that's the first one. Next one is eBay. What did eBay do? Let's see, eBay new adult items ban makes absolutely zero sense. Is this it? Adult items? Do I want to be getting into this? I don't know what it is. New policy restricting adult items in its online marketplace. The policy was announced via email to sellers who have listed or currently listing items that fall under adult category, amounts to a ban on most nudes. So I can see how this is going to affect comics. Okay, yeah. Adult items. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. The thing is, it seems like, so locally we actually had a classified site that you could buy all sorts of things, and you could also buy and sell guns on this classified site. It was KSL Classifieds. I know it was just local, but it was like the place. I still use it for some things, but I'd bought and sold guns using KSL Classifieds, and they decided that they would stop buying and selling of guns. And what immediately happened is somebody started a classified site for buying and selling guns specifically. It was like immediately, and they became successful. They're still around today. It's been several years. But I expect, I guess, something like that to happen. Is this the right eBay story that we're talking about? eBay banned lewd manga. Yeah, I mean, I am not interested in lewd manga, but however, having people, every CG creator is either a frustrated musician or an ex-military. There are so many ex-military. The other thing too is I noticed with music, there's kind of the same. It's all of entertainment, but you have the same kinds of things going on. Really, what happened to rock and roll? It's out there. There are people making rock and roll, but it's not front and center like it used to be. Is it just a taste thing? Like, how did it just disappear? It doesn't make sense. Did anybody else's stream freeze? I hope not. Anyway, so hopefully I'll survive. There was either Yogi Bear or an apocalyptic explosion that happened at Yellowstone, but I think so far I'm okay. Things look okay outside, so I think I'm okay. Downcast 3, Downcast Submerged is coming live on Indiegogo June 1st. I just posted the link there for everyone to see. This is the pre-launch page. You can sign up. What I want to do though is if you back it in the first 24 hours, you get something special. And that something special, I think, is a poster. I think that's the direction we're going to go. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to look on the hour, on the dot, once it is 24 hours after the launch. Then I'm going to look at the backer number and see where it's at. And all the backers with numbers below that backer number get the poster, and everybody else does not. I still love everyone, but it's good incentive. And then for those people that are really on the ball, why not? I'm going to try it this time. It could be fun. Yeah, internet killed rock and roll. That it could be what happened. My stream froze. I restarted. Awesome. Let's see. Back. I'm a free speech advocate and appreciate what the comic book legal defense group did, but I don't care much about lewd comics. That's the same thing. Yeah, me too. It's like I'm not interested in lewd comics at all. Personally, I am interested in free speech. The thing that I missed, I really feel like where things have really shifted, what started with Alex Jones. Really. Alex Jones was a good indicator of what you could say and how you could say it, what free speech meant. And then once Alex Jones got kicked off of every platform at the same time, that's when tech companies started kicking everyone off whenever they felt like it. So yeah, it does seem a little, I don't know, it gets sketchy to me. I get where you're coming from. We need people like Alex Jones to be able to just say whatever. And I disagree with tons of things that Alex Jones says, but I still want him to say it. Let's see. Hate speech is free speech. I posted that on Twitter once and people flipped out, but it's true. It's true. Hate speech isn't really a thing either, like legally. You could say whatever you want. Let's see. Maybe Prince Harry should write a comic book about free speech. He could. Maybe Oprah would help him sell it. Don't say his name. Okay. I know that'll get me kicked off. We've already decided I'm going to be demonetized here, so we'll just go with it. Crowder is suing YouTube for kicking him today. I heard about that. That's another one. We knew it was going to happen, right? I think Crowder knew it was going to happen as well, and he was prepared. He was, as much as you can be, I think. He sort of spread out a bit, and I don't know, he's got his website, he's got other means, but I think this is important too. This is going to be, I think, the biggest issue in the next 10 years is big tech companies and freedom of speech. I would love to see some Supreme Court rulings go down on that kind of thing. Comic Book Legal Defense Fund doesn't do much anymore. Honestly, I don't know much about them. I know that they exist, they're a thing, but that's about it. Yeah, Jones was a canary in the coal mine. Totally agree. That's when things started to change quite a bit. Got a motorcycle outside. Boulder Klitz channel is going to disappear. It's a matter of time, I'm sure. It just doesn't matter. Here's a great question. So Don Man asks, so what's the timeline on Stoker's Dracula? I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with his story. That's a great question. So for Dracula, I had things rolling and then I put it on pause once I realized that Fatal was going to be late. And so I didn't want to get too far ahead of myself. So Downcast 3, now that it's finished, we're launching the book. Depending on how well Downcast 3 does, it's going to directly influence Dracula. So Dracula is the next book in the pipeline. If Downcast 3 does well, I'm going to have a really, obviously, quick turnaround time because the book's finished. We'll get it printed, shipped out. I will know what the profits are. And depending on what they are, the goal is to fund Dracula first, just like I did here with Downcast. And so, or as much as I can. We'll see. If Downcast makes 40 or 50,000, then I think I can totally fund. I could fund it. If it makes 30,000, that's still fantastic, and I can get a start on Dracula. I don't think I'd have to be able to fund the whole thing ahead of time, but it's going to be the next book, and technically, I'm going to do 2 Dracula stories. So one's going to be an old-timey one, like a Dracula origin story that I'm really excited about, and the other one's a modern-day Dracula story that I'm also really excited about. But I think that covers my bases because some people really want to see an old Dracula, and some people want to see a new Dracula. Both are going to be fresh takes, though, I think, and I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a really fun book. free speech is fine with everyone except when you disagree with SJWs on anything. Yeah, you're not wrong. I direct my hate speech solely toward pictures of bad sandwiches on the internet. That's very specific. I like the Dracula. But yeah. Hate speech is a special interest group laws. Let me see. Hate speech and special interest group laws appeared in corrupted crime laws. Assault is a crime regardless of the victim. By adding a special interest group law, they left the door open to this. Yeah, I totally agree. That's one of those things that if you assault somebody, nobody's disagreeing. Like, it's wrong, and it doesn't matter who you assault. If you made exceptions saying, like racist or whatever exceptions, sexist exceptions saying, well, assault is bad unless you assault this person. That's wrong, right? We can agree on that. But what they're doing then is sort of making some assault worse than other assaults. I'm no legal expert. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Alex Jones was Austin Public Access TV. That's right. He's done some interesting things too. His whole bill. Oh no, what's that? The big owl that they burn. What was that thing called? I want to say Bilderberg, but it's not. I'm saying all the words that are going to get me in trouble. The Bohemian Grove, right? That was really interesting. That was in the 90s, I think. It was a long time ago. So what you're saying is we have to man up and back Downcast 3 like crazy. Done. Thank you so much. I appreciate that attitude. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is how I want to sort of go moving forward, is try to get more book done sooner. And if I have profits, that's, I think, the way that successful businesses do things is when you have profit, roll into the next campaign. You guys have less of a waiting time. And hopefully, my hope is, like with Downcast 3 being finished, people will back it sooner because they know there's not going to be a big long wait. They can just get it, so that's sort of the concept. I want to do the same thing with Dracula. So, and it is definitely the next book in the pipeline. I'm not going to push anything ahead of it. We're going to do it. People are asking about it. I remember when your boy Zach thought Stoker was a stage name. I know everybody thinks it's a cool name, I guess. I never really got that growing up. It wasn't until YouTube that I realized, yeah, it's a pretty cool name. The answer to 1984 is 1776. Yeah. Nico, I can't believe we're allowed hate speech laws, making one person more valued than another because of their skin color, and they have the nerve to call us racist. I know, isn't it? It's kind of tone deaf. Hate speech is free speech. Let's see. Okay. All right. I am spending a lot of time with the chat, so no one can say otherwise. Where's Rob? Rob should be recognizing this chat game that I'm doing. Bohemian Grove. Thank you. Anyway, so that's what I had for tonight. Essentially, I really appreciate all of you. I really do. The purpose for me for live streams is just to let you guys know that I'm with you. That's my sole goal for live streams. I want to have some fun. I want to, do some talking, but that ultimately is the goal. If you want to back Downcast 3 and support Sweet Comics, support what I'm building, and that is hiring a lot of artists, really hiring people to do work. I would love nothing more. I think after, people read Downcast 3, you're going to realize, I think you're going to like it, especially if you like Downcast 1, Downcast 2. Downcast 3 is it's a massive step up in skill. I'm actually very, very confident about it. I've never really been that confident about the writing, but I'm getting a lot better. So I really appreciate everybody. I think you're going to enjoy it. And that'll open up some avenues for me and for other creators, because that's really what this is about. Is I do want to give artists work. I kind of want to give some writers work too. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Sweetie has refilled our cups and given us hugs. That's right. That's what this is about. I will be making regular videos, and I'm going to be streaming again. It'll be random, and we'll see what happens. I have something special coming this weekend. It's going to be a surprise to most people. It'll be fun though. So look for that. Saturday, maybe Sunday morning, I'll post a video, and I think you'll like it. It'll be fun. So anyway, thanks everybody. I'm going to take off, but I'll see you tomorrow in another video. Bye. Really appreciate